About 2 years ago, some Chiefs fans got into a Twitter war with former Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman played 165 games in his NFL career, and Patrick Mahomes has thrown 36% of Troy Aikman's career touchdowns in about 8% of the games.
The problem is that the game that quarterbacks like Aikman, Lenny Dawson, and Joe Namath played is completely different than the game that Patrick Mahomes is playing. And that got me thinking, how would the Chiefs' record-breaking offense of today do against the Chiefs' record-breaking defense of 1969, playing with 1969 rules?
That's the key part, is with 1969 rules.
Danon Hughes played wide receiver for the Chiefs back in the 1990s and is the team's radio analyst today.
I think we'd see a lot different type of game.
To former Chiefs linebacker Desmond Moses, this is a no-brainer.
In my opinion, I don't think it will be close. I think the 69 defense will have a head and shoulders advantage just because of the rules.
Rules that allowed players to hammer the quarterback even after he'd released the football.
When you look at Joe Montana, what he had to deal with compared to what Patrick Mahomes has to deal with, it's much different.
The Chiefs' 69 defense featured 4 future Hall of Famers, linebackers Bobby Bell and Willie Lanier, defensive tackle Buck Buchanan, and safety Johnny Robinson. But the present-day Chiefs offense boasts Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce. How are those old-timers going to stop Kelce?
There's no way in hell they would be throwing the ball to him right across the middle. They just wouldn't do it because he'd be knocked out in the first quarter or probably be hurt for the season.
Well, Kelce's put up record-breaking numbers, but he'd be going head-to-head with arguably the best outside linebacker in football history, Bobby Bell, and they'd be playing by Bell's rules.
It'd be rough for him, I think. We could make it rough for him.
And rough is the correct word, because back then unnecessary roughness was almost never called.
If you caught the ball across the middle, you're getting your head taken off.
If you had zone coverage, a wide receiver didn't come across your zone because he'd get hit.
There was no rules that you couldn't clothesline or you couldn't lead with your head.
But if you clothesline someone today, well, get ready to open up your wallet.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks off and probably $100,000 in fines or something like that.
Today, quarterbacks are all but untouchable. If you even brush their helmet with your hand or arm, it's a 15-yard penalty. But back in 1969, hitting quarterbacks was business as usual.
You know, guys like Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, I don't know how these guys could last for 4 quarters with these rules. I mean, getting clotheslined.
So how would the Chiefs' old-time defense do against the offensive heroes of today?
I think that this offense will struggle against it.
In my opinion, I don't think it's close. 69 defense all day.
Ironically, the only people not picking the 1969 defense to dominate were the 2 men from that defense, who are way too modest to brag. But every former player we interviewed agreed that the Chiefs stars of today would have been stars in any era. Neil Jones, KCTV5 Sports.